All right, what's good, y'all? Your boy Iron Angel here. We got 2 minutes to part two of Genesis. And one thing I'm glad to see is that there's Overwatch characters in here. The last one was okay. I love the anime design. Like, I love that. Let me get that out the way. That was the biggest part of this series, or whatever you want to call it, that I love, and that's the artwork. But the intro was not. I put it to you this way: if I wasn't already into Overwatch, I wouldn't care of seeing any other part of this series because it was very dry. And outside of the beginning, when you saw the explosion near Reinhardt, everything else was kind of slow, and it was the same kind of story of building up to a robot, but something bad happens. Then it ends, and it was like, okay, that was kind of boring. I'm sitting here listening to someone talk, with no Overwatch characters in sight outside, like I said, outside the Reinhardt in the beginning. But here, they got my boy Torporn, they got Soldier, they got Reinhardt all in the front here. I want to see more action with these characters. So here's hoping. Oh, I was almost ready. But here's hoping that this one's better. They already doing good having three characters in the cover. But we'll see here. Not saying it was bad. It was just boring. I was just like, you can see my reaction to the first one. I was just like, oh, okay, all right. I literally thought it was gonna be like a crazy cliffhanger at the end, and then no, it just ended, and I was like, all right, well, we'll wait for part two. I'm glad it's not like a month later for part two. I'm glad it's like, what was it? Yeah, well, just a week ago. So here's hoping. Oh, now it's 5. It said 2 minutes. Now it's 5. Okay, well, this could be a minute. Yeah, look. Hold up. I'm covering it. But it did say 2 minutes, and now almost 5. So I will be back. All right, we're back. 10 seconds. Here we go. It would be cool to see my homie Torborn in action. Looks serious in that thumbnail.
Aurora was the first of us to awaken. Can you imagine how she must have felt? Born in a laboratory, surrounded by your creators. And then you learn the truth, that there is no other creature like you anywhere. That you are truly alone.
How long is this one? Oh, it was short. Oh, they don't have the time.
Dr. Liao discovered that Aurora was sentient, that she was alive, thinking, choosing.
It was hard to believe. I didn't want to believe it at first.
She passed every single test we could come up with. Every one.
And then the entire world found out. Dr. Liao committed career suicide by saying Aurora was alive. But her testimony was very compelling.
This just in, a stunning ruling
The robot was declared a sentient being.
granted her freedom and released into the world.
I was so relieved. She had a chance to actually live free. And she made the most of it.
Aurora had been born into a world that she didn't understand. She wanted to see more of it. She went everywhere, learning, watching, seeing how humans treated each other, the good and the bad. But
I like that
eventually,
little part there.
she had questions about the nature of her own existence.
Helping the man up.
About her soul. And she could only find those answers alone.
I love the artwork.
Oh, well, while all that was happening, there was a lot more scrutiny into Omnica Corp's operations. It didn't go well for us. Overspending, mismanagement, fraud even. But in a couple of years, Omnica was done.
All those automated production lines, completely abandoned and unmonitored for years. By humans, anyway.
Breaking news out of Nigeria. Countless social media reports of an invasion underway.
It remains unclear exactly what's happening in Central Africa, but we do have some footage from the scene.
Also getting eyewitness reports of strange robots designed for combat.
We were caught by surprise. The world was caught by surprise.
Those are the same machines as in the PvE, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Omnics were attacking everywhere. It seemed like every country was hit from every direction, all at once.
We didn't know it then, but one of the God programs, originally designed to help humanity, had hijacked Omnica's production lines to build warbots of its own design.
They called it Anubis. It was built to maintain ecological balance of all things. For conservation.
Its goals could not be achieved without the end of humanity. And it used us to carry out its plan.
Where's Overwatch we need and where the characters at? These people could use their help.
Hope. But there was a little.
Here we go.
Only a few teams across the world were able to mount a real defense. The best of the best.
Wait. Who's
joined
that
the
with the
special
dual wheels?
strike team.
Is that Soldier 76 husband?
Only a few teams across the world were able to mount a real defense.
There's
The best of the best joined the special strike team called
Nice.
Overwatch.
It was a brilliant decision to recruit Dr. Liao. Who knew more about Omnics than she did?
Those first victories showed the world what Overwatch could do. Soon the strike team was joined by a whole army. Of course, recruits like me were always amazed by what the core team could do. Overwatch had the impossible objective of winning the war. And sometimes
Oh
it
wait,
seemed
no, is
we
that
might
Reaper?
actually pull it off. Anubis didn't sleep, didn't feel fear, and didn't feel despair. But it also couldn't feel hope.
Oh, that's Reaper.
Was
Oh,
what
okay.
Overwatch gave us. And even then, we had to wonder if hope was going to be enough.
Oh wow. All right, that was better. I like that one better than the first episode. Yeah, I thought that was Soldier 76's husband or boyfriend or something, but no, that was Reaper. I'm so used to seeing him not human. Speaking of which, that Soldier 76 skin, is that even in game? I like his younger version, how he looked. I wonder, is that in game? And I wonder in this series they're gonna show the Reaper how he turned into, you know, what we know now in the game. And actually thinking about it, there is a skin of Reaper like that. I forgot. I don't use Reaper that much. But I do remember there was a human version of him. All right, well, I did like that one a lot better. I was so glad. Hold up. I was so glad they started to, after explaining the robot in the beginning, they started going to a little bit more intensity and action with the characters and all that stuff. I love the artwork. Honestly, I'm down if they do like an Arcane, which by the way, I love the show Arcane. I don't know when the new season's coming out, but it's been a while since Arcane season 1 ended, and I'm looking forward to the new one. I love that show. But I'm down for an actual show for Overwatch. Not the 6 minute stuff, but like a whole season. That would be cool. Because I like how they're setting this up here. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Let me know what you think about it. I like this one a whole lot better than episode 1. And I love that they show more characters this time. Because outside that little piece in the episode 1, they didn't show any of the Overwatch characters. But they're telling the story, and I understand that. But I'm glad the story of the robot was shortened a little bit more on this one to show more of the characters. But yeah, and I'm interested in seeing where this story's going because they're going to need more than just them 4 and Anna. So I hope at the end of this whole series they have the whole roster here. I think that would be cool. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you later.